I just read Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone. I read the first half in French. That video will be linked down below. I was learning Spanish at the time and I decided why not make it even harder and read Harry Potter in French. So that video is down below. But I only read the first half in French because, to be quite frank, I ran out of patience and I was just like, I just can't. I just don't want to. So I didn't. And now I'm going to tell you some of my thoughts on the first Harry Potter book, which is exciting because I have been meaning to make a video series on the Harry Potter books since I started BookTube 3 years ago. Has it really been 3 years? Wow. Alright, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I feel like the first book is not the most representative of the series. First of all, the first half of this book is not happening at Hogwarts. Most of it, I feel like, it felt like when I was reading it, most of it was not happening at Hogwarts, and I didn't remember it like that because I do a reread of these every year, but for some reason I always forget that this is mostly not a Hogwarts thing, or as it's called in French, Poulard. That is what Hogwarts is in French. That was weird and fun to see. So I relate a lot to Hermione, as a lot of people on BookTube do, and most of this book makes me really sad. Like, she's so lonely, and honestly Harry and Ron are pretty mean to her, especially Ron. I personally am not a Ron fan. I know that might be controversial. I don't really like Ron. I think he's kind of a jerk, and I know that he redeems himself in the end and everything, but I don't know. He's not my favorite character by any means. He probably ranks close to last, actually. I like some villains before I like Ron, which I know is not like a super popular opinion, but alas, it is the one I have. So, anyway, Hermione. There's the part with the troll. So, she's been crying in a bathroom all day. And you're telling me no one noticed? None of these teachers noticed? So she was gone all day. Do they not take attendance? Because that seems like a major oversight if they're in this dangerous and scary castle and they're 11. I just don't know how that happened. Like, plus they have other classmates. Like, so really no one cares about her. And the only reason that they care is because they like lock her in with a troll, which I always forget that they lock her in with it. I thought they just happened to cross her, but they didn't. They instigated that. So friends, I always forget that centaurs exist in this universe because they're so like underrated and under talked about, which is, in my opinion, a huge mistake. I would read the heck out of a whole series about centaurs because they're just like so interesting. I think that the way their mind works is just so funny. They remind me a lot of Luna, because they're just like that absent-minded, like, oh, Mars is bright tonight. And then, okay, yeah, like there's a part where Roman comes up and he's talking to Hagrid, and Hagrid's like, have you seen anything strange, you know, because something's killing unicorns. And Roman's like, Mars is peculiarly bright tonight. And Hagrid's like, okay, whatever. And then Bane comes up and Hagrid asks him the same question, and Bane's like, well, Mars is peculiarly bright tonight. I don't know why I find it so funny. It's just stupid. And to wrap things up with the ending, I felt for how expansive the beginning is, the ending is pretty rushed. I don't know. Maybe this is because this book is so short, which is weird because, you know, when I think of Harry Potter, I think of the chunky guys. I think of like 4 through 7, which are all big buddies. But I don't know. It, like, the ending was so quick and no one dealt with the inevitable emotional turmoil and trauma that these children definitely experienced because, like, okay, so all 3 of these kids nearly die, like, within inches of death. Then they win the House Cup and they go home, and no one ever talks about the fact that they're probably got a lot of emotional stuff going on that they should talk about. No one ever talks about that. I would love to see if anyone has ever written this or found this. If no one's written it, I'll have to write it myself because I think it needs to be done. A really long therapy fanfic for all of the Harry Potter characters because I think they all really need a heart-to-heart with a psychiatric professional. That concludes my first Harry Potter book chat. This one was not super long, but alas, Sorcerer's Stone is not super long either. So, I don't know when the rest of these will be coming at you, but this one was filmed in June. So whenever she's going up, she's out in the world. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.